So, hey, Suzanne Caldeira here with Guaranteed Rate. This is a part of my page that you may have found just on Google, maybe Googling Greg or maybe Googling property managers. But let me tell you about a guy who's super inspiring. It's Greg Rice with Nexus Property Management, who's also a real estate investor, a guy that I've gotten to know throughout the past few months that totally inspires me. And I'm glad that you said yes to having this little conversation with me, Greg.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Well, I want to know your story. Like, where are you from originally?
So I grew up in Naugatuck, Connecticut, which is about 20 minutes north of New Haven, Connecticut. And I was born there in 1991. So if you do some quick math, I'm 29 years young. And I grew up there for 18 years. And then I decided to come to Providence, Johnson & Wales, for college. And my original goal, Suzanne, was to be a Rhode Island State Trooper. So all throughout my college years, I interned with the state police full-time for free. So Lincoln Woods Barracks and then Situate's headquarters barracks, I was there every day doing something, prepping myself, grooming myself, and networking myself in a way to show that, hey, I want to be one of you, and I'm proving myself. But what they found was that I have this tattoo on my arm. You can't really see it. There you go. And anything below your elbow, you can't be a state trooper in Rhode Island. So that I found out during my senior year of college. After all the internships, after I majored in criminal justice and spent all this time and money, I found out that my tattoo would prevent me from moving forward. So I'm not going to get rid of it. It's my family name. So I said, you know what? I got to pick something else. And I've always been interested in real estate. So I graduated college with no idea, no money, no plan. And I was on Craigslist. I was on Craigslist looking for any type of job. Like, I'll do anything. I'll deliver pizza. I don't care. And I saw that Nexus, Nick Dagnillo, our CEO, had just started the company, and he was looking for a leasing agent. So I said, how easy is that? I show the apartments. I open the door. Simple. So I go in to meet with Nick. He's the only employee. He has like 5 apartments that he manages, and he says, I want a franchise nationwide, and I'm going to do it within this amount of time. And I said, wow, this guy's got dreams, he's got balls, and he's excited. So I said, when can I start? And he said, tomorrow. So the rest is history. I've been there for 7, going on 8 years now.
That's pretty inspiring, because you didn't get discouraged by, what initially was your dream, right? Hey, I want to be a cop. I'm going to follow this. Didn't wallow, and I can't believe this. And you also stayed true to yourself instead of doing that tattoo removal and having that, because that's something that's important to you. And I heard a long time ago from someone that with success, you can either do it on your own, or you can hitch your wagon to somebody who's growing. And you found someone that was growing on the ground up, and you've grown.
Yes.
Tell me about your first property.
My first property was in East Providence, Riverside, Rhode Island, and it was a 4-family. And I lived in 1 unit and then rented the other 3. And that's how I kind of got my foot in the door. I eliminated paying rent. I didn't have to pay expenses. Housing expense is your biggest expense. You know that better than anybody. I eliminated that and said, wow, I have an extra $1,000 every month to travel or to go out to dinner or to do whatever. I finally experienced financial freedom 2015. That was the first time I was like, wow, I no longer have to worry about making a rent. So it was like such a liberating feeling. And now I'm over, I think I have maybe 70 or 75 apartments that I own. So I don't even need to work anymore, but I do because I love it. It's so good to me. I feel like I can't stop, you know?
Did you ever have any resistance, like being a young guy? Because in 2015, I got to use my math. So in 2015, you were what, 24, right? Am I doing my math right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're 23, 24. Did you ever experience like any of that ageism? Like, you're too young to be doing this, or anybody try to dissuade you?
Well, I took care of that in 2013 when I got married. So when I got married, that takes the cake on all the ageism and all the naysayers. Like, that was when I got resistance. So anything I've done since then has been less than that.
That's a good one.
On the scheme of things. So people, when I do something, they may think it, but I no longer get the pushback. And I got married young, so I think that kind of has given people the ability to just take me serious.
Yeah. What drives you?
What drives me is purpose. So I want to feel needed. I want to feel wanted. I want to feel that I need to be somewhere, or I need to perform in order to keep things rolling. If I don't feel like I'm part of that wheel, then what good am I to society or to the community? So I want to be, involved is the best way to say it.
And through how? Like, what does that involvement look like to you, Greg?
Well, for me, it's getting up every day and make sure the tenants are okay, making sure the properties have what they need, make sure the vendors, the renovations are being done, the city, is happy, taxes are getting paid, mortgages getting paid, the bank is okay, my tax returns are good. Like, I just got to keep all these moving parts of the real estate going.
I've said in my times talking to you, like, I feel like you're an old soul. Like, I feel like you're a 50 or a 60-year-old in that under 30 body. So you've got a lot of wisdom in between those ears of yours. You really do.
Yeah, and I got a few gray hairs that have come in on my beard, not my head, thankfully. I got a full head of hair, but it's just the business kind of it forces you almost to get mature and to get mature quick.
Yeah. Talk about the advent of Not So Nice. And
so
for anyone
nice.
Seeing this who doesn't know
Yes.
what Not So Nice is, I would love for you to
Yeah.
shed some light on that.
So there's two personas. There's Greg Rice, who you're talking to now, and then there's Not Nice Greg Rice, which exposes and discusses all the things, including you, that we think about, that we see happening, but nobody's got the guts or the gusto to say it because it's going to affect their job. It's going to affect their clients. It's going to affect their network vendors. Everybody has a reliance on somebody, so it refrains them from saying certain things. So I don't need anybody's approval. I don't need anybody's, okay on things. I'm self-made in a sense at this point. So I can speak and say things like home inspections are a waste of money, and I don't care what you think because I know in my heart that they're a waste of money. So things like this, I can blast out once in a while. I don't want to pollute the airwaves with negativity, but I need people to know that I know what I'm talking about and I'm not afraid to say it,
I think it's good to take a stand. I remember when you posted that, and I'm like, I don't agree with them, but I like that. I like that you put it out there because you're putting it out there. Because I think some people try to please everybody, and if you're going to, that's a losing philosophy.
Yep.
So, have you gotten any pushback on anything that you've put out there that that you were like, I felt really strongly about this? Has anyone? You said in one of your videos you like a good scrap. Or good debate. Has anyone come back at you where it's maybe changed your thoughts on something?
Yeah, I would say on the home inspection topic, actually, I forget who it was. I think it was Dwayne Boucher Boucher Real Estate's now Remax in Woonsocket. He's a broker owner, been in the business for 2 decades. And he said, Greg, not everybody is an investor. Not everybody knows these properties the way you may. This may be their first purchase, and they don't know the difference between, knob and tube wiring and regular wiring, or 220 outlet and a 110 outlet. Like, they don't know. So you need to give them that ability and not scare them away. So I understood that the newbies, they may feel warm and fuzzy about it, but I still don't.
It's all good. So you've got 70 some odd units. You're vice president of Nexus. You've definitely shown that anything that you put in your brain you can do. What's next? Like, what's next for you?
Well, I have two goals, and they're both they're out there, but they're actually three goals. First one is to own 1,000 units. The second goal is to run for governor and win in Rhode Island. And the third goal would be, if I won governor, to run for president one day.
That is freaking inspiring.
That would be my three goals.
Now, do you look at them every day, or are you one of those that'll reflect, or do you put like deadlines for yourself, like by such and such a date?
I would say no on the deadline or the date. I would say I'm putting a brick on the wall every day. So that's how I do it is, all right, what am I doing today? Is it towards my goal? If yes, then I could sleep. If not, I better do it twice as hard tomorrow. So I kind of just put my head down and with the shovel and just keep scooping and keep digging and keep putting a brick on the wall and not really looking, at a chart or a calendar.
Yeah. Are you one of those that will forgive yourself, or do you ever find that you'll have times where you are off track and maybe the humanness gets in the way?
I don't get down on myself, or I don't say, oh, why me? Or like, oh, I'm sad about this. I just look at, oh, crap, that's all I did. That's all I was able to accomplish. So I kind of look at the tangibility of things, the workload that I've accomplished, and I try to stay away from, oh, Greg, you're lazy, or you didn't do this, because I think that could eat away at you pretty quick.
It can, and a lot of people can suffer from that. Do you ever allow yourself like downtime or time where you're not?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing to do downtime wise?
One of my favorite things is to go to my therapist.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday, I go see my therapist, and I talk to her, and I tell her what's going on. And then she'll tell me her kind of neutral opinion, because she doesn't know me, or, there's no friendship or relationship. The problem with talking to friends or family is they're going to positively reinforce you for the most part. So you're not going to get much of a kind of neutral perspective as you want, because they want you to feel better. So they might tell you something backwards, or they might tell you what you want to hear. So I love going to my therapist because she can kind of keep me grounded. And I don't think there's anything wrong if you're thinking about, or anybody at home is thinking about, I need somebody to talk to. I highly recommend it. It doesn't mean you're crazy. I think you're crazy if you don't talk to somebody and you think about things, or you don't, express yourself. So that's my favorite pastime. Every Wednesday, I go for an hour.
You know what? Kudos for you, Greg, for saying that, because a lot of times some guys have difficulty with the vulnerability and saying like, hey, I need someone to talk to. And I don't think there's any shame in that, or any weakness, because sometimes if you keep stuff bottled up, it can come out in different ways.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm a proponent of that. I've had a therapist, and I think it's huge having that person as a sounding board.
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
What else do you like to do? Are you a reader, or are you a TV watcher?
I'm a rock concert and a gambler.
Woo! What's your favorite gamble?
I like to play blackjack, me and my father, and it's not about the money, it's about the thrill. And if you watch Casino, the old movie, I think it was in the 90s or something, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, it explains in 2.5 hours that it isn't about the money, it's about the thrill. So I enjoy kind of that rush of, excitement, coupled with going to see a rock concert, having a couple of drinks, eating a nice dinner. That's a great way for me to comfortably relax and, just be a guy, be a man.
That sounds like fun. For sure. Yeah. Hey, thanks so much for letting me pick your brain, and I really hope that that somebody stumbles across this and that they get inspired, because I think regardless of where you are in life or how old you are, you can do anything. You're a testament to that for sure.
Appreciate it very much, and I thank you for letting me on the airwaves.
Yeah, I'm excited. So again, thanks so much, Greg.